conspiracy theories. Like I said, we will be doing a lot of conspiracy theories on the show tonight. That's a very funny one, though. But very possible. There's nothing that is impossible if you put your mind to it, right? So let's see how that pans out. 95.1 FM. Yeah, good evening to you. Welcome.
Okay, it's London man.
London man, the only London man in Port Harcourt. Welcome on the show.
Thank you. For me, I think the government suggested against for the 2003. I think so. Sanusi falls into the category of the credible candidate or credible personnel that can die for that position. But on the other hand, that is on one hand. Then, on the other hand, it could be as a result of his vocality so far. Yes, against some certain
policies and decisions.
Yes, that have been going on in the North and the APC government. And they now come up against him this time around.
All right, then. Thank you very much, London man there. 95.1 FM, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Talk to me.
Hello, Mr. Canada.
Mr. Sam, welcome on the show.
Yeah, how was your day?
Stressful. I had work rather.
That's good, yeah. Mr. Canada, you see, this kind of grand style who had kidnapping of Sanusi by the Kano state government is very, very uncalled for. You see, Mr. Canada, you agree with me that of recent, the way people are systematically becoming what they are not in the country is worrisome. So you will not be surprised tomorrow if you see a madman who has been roaming around in your street will tell you that the next day is the governor of the state. Don't be surprised.
What, I'm trying to understand what you mean. I'm trying to get you clear.
Very good. Let me bring you to limelight now. You see, recently, Mahmoud just became a judge and interpret the law, the judgment of Supreme Court and pass it to whosoever he wish, and he stands. Now, you see, Dan Duje, they came up with allegations about Sanusi misappropriating funds, and they took him to court. And the court said they should maintain status quo.
Yeah, true. Two different courts, by the way. Two different courts, yeah.
Okay. Before you know it, they somersault and they removed this man from office. Okay, they came up by his press secretary with their own allegation that he was insubordinated or this whatsoever, and he's not attending meeting and he's not giving. Now, where did that thing amount to a level whereby you will dethrone a king? After you dethrone him, you will now use PSS or whatsoever security apparatus to kidnap him and take him to another. You see, looking at this whole incident, they accomplish those who are involved in this issue. The Kano state government, they accomplish to this crime.
All right then.
The security forces who are supposed to be watching, they allow themselves to be used to perpetrate such a evil crime against humanity.
This is your theory, but thank you very much. I've got to move on now, Mr. Sam. Thank you very much. 95.1 FM, what's your name and where are you calling me from?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. What's your name?
Canada, how are you?
Canada is fine. What is your name? Thank you.
I am Thompson in Port Harcourt.
All right, Thompson, it's been a while. Welcome, Thompson. Welcome.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm great.
Where did you go to?
Afternoon show. I'm on the afternoon show now.
Okay, all
Permanently on the afternoon show now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sanusi issue, right? My brother. The Constitution of Nigeria, from what I understand, does not accommodate banishment, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
But we understand also that the Constitution of Nigeria places the traditional rulers under the supervision of the governor through the Ministry of Local Government Affairs.
True.
Am I right on that?
True. You're getting it right, true.
Okay. Now, Canada, there's something we seem not to be paying adequate attention to.
Which is?
The question is this. Did Ganduje actually find...
Sorry, please, Thompson, please switch off your radio set, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, please, give me just 2 minutes. Don't switch off already.
No, switch off your... I'm not switching off. Just switch off your radio set.
I have done that.
All right, go ahead then.
Now, Ganduje, have we asked the question, did Ganduje actually find Sanusi wanting on some critical issues, like he stated?
That is another debatable stuff, because we get to hear that the hearing was not fair.
Okay. Because we are told that he was found wanting on supervisory functions over Sanusi. That is on that issue.
But that's not the debate right now. The debate is, does the governor have the right to banish him? Does the federal government have the right to banish him when we do have...
No, we shouldn't ask such questions because it's not provided in the constitution.
Exactly the point, but Ganduje was banished. So who's banishing him? Is it the traditional institution that is banishing him? And if yes, then why is he not allowed to stay in Kano State? Why is he under curfew?
That is the issue we are talking about. That is a violation of the Nigerian constitution.
All right then. All right.
Because they don't have such powers and such rights. They don't do the Canada. There's one other issue I want to bring your attention to.
Okay.
I'll ask this question. Could this be karma haunting Sanusi? I'll tell you what I mean.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Beautiful. Does any one of us ever recall the issue of the Bayelsa girl that was abducted from Bayelsa State, traced to
the palace,
Sanusi's palace, and this girl came out of the palace with pregnancy, and up to today nobody has told Nigerians what happened and what did not happen.
I think the girl was returned to Bayelsa State.
Sorry?
Is it the one where she was kidnapped by a
meat seller? Yes, the one outside there and taken to Kano.
No, she was returned. She was returned to Bayelsa State.
We know she was returned to Bayelsa State, but she left the king's palace with pregnancy. I don't think she went there with pregnancy. She went into that place without pregnancy, came out with pregnancy. That girl, from what I heard, has put to bed now, isn't it?
Okay. But it wasn't Sanusi who impregnated the girl.
How do you know?
But it wasn't Sanusi. It was.
Okay, who did?
The meat seller. I mean, the story is all over the place. It was the meat seller.
Did the girl say the meat seller impregnated her?
Yeah, if I remember vividly, yes. It wasn't Sanusi.
Sanusi played in that role.
He played the role of a traditional ruler, trying to douse the tension, because it was going to be some kind of tribal war at the time, and he was trying, because like we said, the girl was traced to Kano State, and he played the role of trying to douse. He was very integral in the what's the word now, repatriation of the girl to Bayelsa State. All right,
okay,
thank you very much. We've got to move on now. Sorry. 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Zion.
Mr. Zion, welcome.
To you.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, welcome now.
And I hope you give us all equal time.
Go ahead. Shoot.
The issue of Sanusi. Well, banishing him remains a traditional rituals from time past. Because it is being crooked that he has been conquered from his domain. In then days, when a king lost his territory, either he commits suicide or is being killed, something else, because he has there's no authority over that kingdom, and he cannot be there for someone else to rule over him. No, so the only thing is to send him far. In our present age now, the word banish is not truly welcome, but he's being put on exile.
But even if you put him on exile, yet again, is it something in tandem with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
The Constitution said we are a democratic nation. In every there will be a state, and the state will have a governor. and the governor will be elected. You see now? He's being elected. But the Constitution does not give a clause for our traditional institution, which is an aberration. And take note, the traditional stool, you are appointed by kingmakers.
Interesting conversation now, yeah?
You see now? Whereas in a democratic system, the people
elected.
voted you.
You're elected, yeah?
They elect you. So when you look at this appointment elected, the election or the elected has more authority than the one being appointed. So automatically, the governor have more power than the traditional
but nobody is debating the power of the governor and the traditional stool. I mean, like I said, even in the constitution, the traditional rulers are placed beneath the governors in terms of power ranking.
That is why we are having a serious problem. By right, the traditional stool should not be joked with, because that is where we draw our strength from. How which we have lawmakers who are dynamic in nature, who are competent. They would have moved a motion to insert the place of the traditional.
Okay. Now, but Mr. Zion, now, this is not the debate. The debate is not about who owns the most power, but we're looking at it from the angle of banishment. And like you said, in those days, like for example, in Things Fall Apart, when Okonkwo felt like they had lost it to the white man, he committed suicide, right? So yes, I remember back in those days, before the coming of the white man, you would commit suicide if you lose your kingdom, or you probably would go into exile. But this is not back in the days. This is 2020, where we are being, guided and guarded by Constitution. So how then do we look at banishment now?
Because the Constitution is there, we don't have our tradition and our norms. We see, our traditions and our culture were what gave birth to the democracy we practice. You see now, that is why those who we have a serious problem.
All right.
The 1999 Constitution as amended have a serious problem. A problem that if we don't rise it up and sort it out, it will cause more problem. The traditional stool should not be joked with. Because as the governor or a democratic setting, he has the authority and to maintain.
All right. Thank you very much. I guess we lost you there. 95.1 FM. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening. Yeah.
Welcome.
Now, our David on the phone. Now, I'm talking about Sanusi. I see this as cats flying, just to distract people from what is their ambition.
All right.
Now, he is being sacked. According to France 24, they analyze it this way, that the sacking of this traditional ruler is unconstitutional. Are you getting it?
Sorry, come again. They said the sacking of what?
Sanusi, the emir of Kano, is unconstitutional.
Okay, because he did not follow due process, and I need you to put that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's according to their own analysis. That's how I read to you now. Now, under normal circumstances, there is no need for a politician or a government official to have anything to do with a traditional ruler. It is not done. To me, I see it as neo-colonialism. A poisonous colonialism. This was exactly what the white men were doing, appointing warrant chief for us, without our own intention, without our own subscription, without anything that we asked for. This is exactly what is happening. Now, are you telling me it's because of corruption that they're sacking? What about Ganduje himself? Didn't he have a corruption case? Okay, now he went to Kaduna, they appoint him. Does it mean that appointing him that the corruption will not repeat itself again? And now you are appointing again in Kano, according to news I heard right now. I don't know if it is true that they have not agreed, neither he have agreed to that post they gave to him in Kano. What am I trying to say in conclusion is Nigeria as a country is not treating humanity right. Let's go back the way we are before the white men, the colonial masters came. We have the Gobe that is called Sokoto today. We have the Zamfara Kingdom. We have so many of them, Biafra and the rest of them. Before the white men came, there were people living here. They were living traditionally, not what they give us to us now. And that is the main essence why Boko Haram said that the Western religion, the Western education is not conducive enough for them.
All right.
Allow them to be on their own way. That is the only solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in. That's your conspiracy theory 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Good evening. That's Congo Kinshasa from the chair.
All right, welcome.
All
right, welcome, Congo man.
Yeah. You see, the banishment of Sanusi as a traditionalist, I have not seen it experience. It's not necessary at all. Actually, Nigerian constitution supersedes now. But in those days, women were men, and women were women by those who deserve them. Tradition comes before the government constitution. If he has done anything wrong, okay, let him be removed. But why them banishing him? And they are now denying that the government that they do not know. How come that the man is away? Though the man may reflect to tradition because he has been removed, whether legally or not legally, but he just wants to obey the law of the tradition, and that's why he went away. But the government should look into this thing. Like the other man said, what is the meaning of Boko Haram? Simply means the training of women in Nigeria is not a deal. So let me just say this now. Let them take this matter in Kano in a way that it will not take to other states, because people emulate bad things easily than the good thing.
All right.
Canada.
All right. Thank you very much, Congo man, for calling in. The numbers to call in are 0817-000-0951 and 0810-951-0951. 95.1 FM.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
Mr. Kalada, this is Johnson from Kolu.
Johnson, welcome.
Yeah. Mr. Kalada, I see the dethronement of Sanusi, the Emir of Kano, as a political gang up by the northern elite. And even the denial of our president is even indicted him.
All right.
Yes, that's an indictment. You know, this man believes in Western education. And he so has outspoken, so they see that as a threat. Yes, so it's a kind of political, stuff, and that they were not comfortable with his belief and his activities and all that. So it was orchestrated by the northern elite. You see, so I believe that was very, very wrong thing they did. Mr. Kalada, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling in. But now let's look at it from this angle. A lot of you have said, it's possible because they're trying to strategize and put him in place or in position for 2023. But then what about if you've thought about it, or if you think about it from this angle, because now there are stories that the North wants to retain power in 2023, and just maybe Sanusi is going to be an impediment to that goal and dream and vision. So maybe that, I don't know. I'm just thinking. 95.1 FM.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
If I am Chiku JP, I am calling from Akaboka.
Welcome.
I am saying the punishment of Malam Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, is unjustifiable. Why I say so is this. Traditional institution, although it's under government, and is being supervised by the Commissioner for Chieftaincy and Community Affairs. But that does not warrant the governor, the Gangoji, to sack the Emir of Kano and at the same time vanish him. It is a very wrong and indeed. I am not in support of that.
Right.
But on the other side, they are still saying government itself, the government of Kano State is saying they did not banish him. Are you aware that the government of Kano State is saying that they did not banish him?
But that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. The government is saying, the state government is saying, the federal government is saying. So who is now banishing him? That's the question we're asking.
So if the government is saying that they did not banish Sanusi, it means it's not banished. He was only removed or sacked. You understand? And the one other thing again, Canada, I always want to say this thing. I have said it before, I am saying it again. You people, the media, what you people report sometimes, I used to be afraid.
I don't understand.
You people always, I am coming. You people always want to drag even people who don't have interest or who don't know about the matter to bring them in. Like the federal government you call in today, how will federal government?
Sorry, let me pause you now. The federal no, let me pause you because you're accusing the media, and I have to defend the media because I work for the media.
Okay.
Now you are blaming the media, but you should also know that the federal government, the president, came out and denied having any involvement in wait. And it had nothing to do with the media. The federal government came and denied any involvement. Now, the denial was only necessary because it was the police, which is under the authority of the federal government, that actually perpetrated.
You explain that. Let me come. You explain that.
Okay.
But did you know that there is what is called?
Oh, sorry, I lost you. Sorry about that. I lost that one as well. Do calls back 0817 0000951 and 0810951091. Now remember that you can send in text messages and WhatsApp messages to the number 0701933996. 95.1fm. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Canada.
Yeah. I like the way you shout my name, but can you use the same energy to shout your name as well? What's your name?
Eto from Roma.
All right, Eto, you caught me again in the night time. Oh my, welcome.
Thank you. See, this particular issue that happened between Sanusi. Before the departure of this government, 2023, by the grace of God, whereby they are going to pack their load. So I'm telling you, you are going to see more of this.
Sorry. We're going to see more of what? I'm trying to understand. We're going to see more of what, please?
The more of sacking of traditional troops and traditional rulers. You are going to see more. That particular Kanduje is just like a scapegoat. They were looking for who will face part. So now, Kanduje has been the first person to do it. So you will see more of this. You will see, if possible, within our nose, it will happen.
All right,
so
then.
I'm telling you, so as I'm talking to you, Sanusi, Kanduje have opened the door. But I don't pray so. They should have respected our ancient too.
All right.
But it's not happening this way again. But the people. But
all right, no calling of names, no insulting anybody. But thank you very much, Eto, for calling in. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Galada. My name is Chris. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember. Okay, it's me and Coco Greg. I told him was it day before or yesterday that this thing is a political setting. They are setting this man up. And last time, according to Northerners, remember they said that they are not going to let power go out from them. And this man now, they are seeing this man as a civilized somebody. Let me say, if I am listening to this Sanusi, the whole North, nobody can challenge that man in open debate. That guy is too educated.
All right.
So, this thing that you are seeing now is just politics. Let me tell you. You see all these doing something and telling people we are not aware, we don't know. This thing that federal government is doing, if you put them into problem one day, some people in police uniform or in army uniform can come to knock on somebody's door. They will chop off their head. Because what they are telling us now is, anytime we see a policeman or an army man in our area, we should either it's a Boko Haram.
But the police is yet to make a statement. So I think that contribution is not necessary, you know.
In a situation like this, something that happened that they use Nigerian police and perpetrate this type of act. Up till now, they have not come and say it's real or not. So what do you think that we will think? Can you come to my door now and knock on me? In police uniform? I will not be, even if I'm coming out with a arm. Because I don't know who is who. If they successfully remove me, they will say they are not the one. If I mistakenly kill the person, they say they are not the one. But if you kill any one of them, you have killed Nigerian blood, you have killed Nigerian army. What is it they are doing? They don't know that they are putting their men in a very good. When you see some people on the road, now what on your mind is this one real police or fake one? All those things that you see on checkpoints, if you are going, be careful. Anyone that will stop you, don't stop like that. Be careful before you stop. That's what in the country we are now.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. We've got to move on. That's your conspiracy theory. Thank you very much for that. 195.1 FM.
Yeah, Pastor Zaya Judge from Woman.
Welcome, Pastor Zaya Judge. Welcome.
Sanity cost.
Hello.
He cost what the
Now, we're not looking at whether it costs it or not. We're looking at the banishment now. Federal government is denying, state government is denying. Yeah. Who then ordered the police to banish or help with the banishment?
If they have come out to say they don't know, if you return back to that Lagos that he wants to go and reside, or now that he has given 2 separate appointments in one state, Cardinal State, and the governor of the state is a right-hand man, right-hand pally. I think Kaduna will be the best of whom that he will now reside. So what is this vanishing for? Because the truth of the matter is that he can't stay in Kano and continue to incite the people against the present emir. That is what is the truth about. Once you are deposed from your position, you don't stay within the state, so that continue to have that loggerhead with the current emir. They are seem to tell people when the man gives directive, the counter is directive and all of that. So that is why once you are deposed, the law is that you must move out of the state. For that, if the government have come to say that it's not banishing, then I think he has no case. If somebody say somebody abuse you, the person come and I did not abuse you, then why are you going to court? Or why are you making case? You have no case. The person has said, I didn't do it. But let me tell you, my brother, before I drop, in Calabar, where I came from, they say, it means when you give leadership, kingship to a man that is much educated, sometimes he will use that much education to lead the people astray and maybe either cause destruction and or do
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Isaiah. Thank you very much, Pastor Isaiah. We've got to go.
Why is going in Kaduna?
Not Kaduna.
It should keep to lawful authority.
All right. Thank you very much for calling in. Thank you very much yet again. But then, I mean, look at it from the angle of constitutionality.
Hello.
Yeah, 95.1.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kalaba. Yeah. God bless you for the good job you're doing.
Thank you very much, then.
Oh, yeah, I define this. I'm calling from Mungo Town,
All
Anthony.
Right, fine face. Welcome.
Your question is whether Muhammadu, the deposed emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi was what? Was among what in the north?
My question is that the banishment is not in tandem with the constitution, and the federal government is saying we know nothing about it. State government is saying we know nothing about it, but this was carried out by the police, and the only two institutions that would have the right in Kano State to carry out such is the state government and the federal government. So if they do not know anything about the banishment, who then is banishing Sanusi? And do you think, not do you think, what is your conspiracy theory about this dethronement of a thing?
The dethronement, first and foremost, is illegal.
Okay.
But Sanusi deserves it. That serves him right, because I saw a man who was doing well and was fighting. He conspired with those that have deposed him today to fight a man who would have taken Nigeria to great. Unfortunately, he's facing it now. The law of karma is catching up with him.
All right.
And that's it. That's on one hand. On the other hand, the banishment is antithetical to the Constitution. There is nothing like that. The Constitution provides that anybody...
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead.
I can hear you.
I couldn't hear you for a bit. Yeah, go ahead.
The deposed emir of Kano is an indigene of Kano State, and he can decide to stay anywhere in Kano State. That what they did is a violation of the fundamental rights of the deposed emir of Kano State.
Right.
And for the federal government to say they don't know anything, and the state government of Kano to tell us they don't know anything, look, a leopard cannot change its skin. The APC came with the mantra of change.
All right, I'm finding it very difficult to hear you. I had to let you go. I lost that one to call me back. Keep your calls coming in. 0817-000-951 and 0810-951-951. All right, phone lines buzzing 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Canada.
Yes. Good evening to you.
My name is Darlington.
Darlington, welcome.
I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, welcome.
The issue of Sanusi is unfortunate. A comment said that the governor just opened the door. It has never happened. Even in River State. By the time our governor removed a rare highness in his community because he received something from an opposite party. It's unfortunate. But believe me, Sanusi is not somebody you just tie in one place and keep. They are trying to intimidate him. So it will unfold. Just mark my word. He's not a local person that you just see. That's what they call, I think, it's a cake law. A cake law that you banish somebody. It does not exist anymore. Like you want to declare state of emergency in a state that people are elected. It's a cake law. Right. So we don't need to understand. You cannot banish somebody. Okay?
All right.
It's unfortunate that all this is happening in our country. It's unfortunate.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good night, sir. Good night,
thank
sir.
you very much for calling in.
Good
Thank
night,
you
sir.
very much. 95.1 FM. Yes, good evening to you. What's your name?
Bravo.
Your name, David West?
No.
What's your name? All right, we lost you there. I guess you only came for pleasantries. Keep your calls coming in. What 6 minutes left on the clock, and opinion poll will be over, so you get a chance to jump in on this very conversation right about now. At 95.1 FM. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, my old very brother, Mr. Kalada.
Hey, DS Lupena, welcome.
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that whatever you do to get something, You need to do that thing again to sustain that thing. Mr. Sanusi played politics to get to where he was. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
On the issue of banishment, where was the source of his banishment? Who announced it? When both the state and the federal government denied it, is subject to investigation. Because we just heard it was banished. And the person that we believe would have done that, they've all denied it. So we believe that, Sanusi is a sensational man. He loves sensation, so he must have masterminded what they call banishment. But I don't believe he was banished.
Okay, so you feel like he set up the old banishment story?
He's a sensational man. He loves creating sensation.
I see. I never even thought of it from that angle, but thank you very much for calling in. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Kalada. Good evening.
Good evening, DK.
DK, yes, thank you, my brother. Let me say something concerning what the last speaker said, not on the negative side. He says that Sanusi is a sensational man and he likes to attract attention. Maybe that's the implication. But I want to tell you that the man Sanusi has gotten to a level you can no longer cow into silence. He has been a central bank governor. He was honored in United Kingdom as one of the best financiers in 1 year like that. So it's because for the fact that that person has been made an emir and you think that he will be silent on national economic issue, it's not just possible. I don't think he just likes to talk to attract attention. Just that he has gotten to a height, he can no longer keep quiet. Now, away from that is the question you asked, that there are some conspiracy theory as to whether the dethronement of Sanusi is to pave way for the North to retain power 2023. I do not think that he needed to have been sacked for that to happen. What happened is this. The Kano state governor nearly lost the election, his last election in 2019, to the PDP man, whom he felt that Sanusi gave a tacit support to. Because that man went to Sanusi palace with his supporter a day to the election and made a video there. Ganduje was not happy about it. Even when Sanusi did not even make any endorsement statement. And Ganduje had to import talks from Zamfara and other places to win the election by a very slim margin. So what he has done is to make sure that Kano does not fall into the hand of PDP. Not necessarily they're not retaining power. Because watch out what I'm saying. Atiku will still come out again for PDP. So what if it is Atiku for PDP they're not file a Rufai for APC? Are they both of them? Are they not tenants? They are not tenants. What Ganduje has just tried to do, and to an extent he has succeeded, is to make sure that Kano does not fall into the hand of PDP. I know that Kano is the heart of the North in terms of population, voters population, and there is no way the president can say he has not given a tacit consent or support to what has happened. There's just nowhere you can dethrone Emir of Kano without federal government giving you support. Emir of Kano is as powerful as Oba of Benin, Aladdin of Oyo, and Sultan of Sokoto. He's not just a head of traditional rulers in a state. It's a very, very distinctive one. So that is my point. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for calling in. But that's how we wrap things up on the show tonight. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for staying tuned to Today 95.1 FM. And right about now, it's time for the world news. Stay tuned.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered on air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today 95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
Good evening. This is the world news at 10 on your premium talk radio. Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Kala Dakorubatibo. Now the headlines. A River State Police Command parades suspected criminals allegedly terrorizing parts of River State. IPREP dismisses allegations of misappropriation of funds meant for Ogoni cleanup exercise. Federal High Court adjourned Shore and Bakari's matter to April 1 and 2. On the foreign scene, WHO declares coronavirus outbreak as pandemic. Stay tuned for the news in details. The project coordinator of the hydrocarbon pollution remediation project, Marvin Dekel, has disclosed that a total of 57 oil-impacted sites in Ogoni land are open for remediation. Dekel said remediation exercise has already commenced in 21 of those sites. The IPREP coordinator disclosed this in a keynote address at the Homecoming and Science Day of the Faculty of Science in the University of Port Harcourt. The IPREP boss spoke on the implementation of UNEP report on Ogoniland success, challenges and opportunities, where he dismissed allegations of misappropriation of funds, saying modalities provided by the federal government makes it impossible to misappropriate funds.
The funds that we receive in HIPREP under the watch of the United Nations, under the watch of the IOCs, with the participation of the community stakeholders, it is practically impossible for it to be misapplied. That was the structure that was put in. HIPREP was set up to deliver two things, primarily to remediate the sites and also to provide livelihood for the communities that are affected. And we had done that. We also had aspects of the project they're called emergency measures. Emergency measures were those things we needed to do very quickly and at the time the implementation was to start.
On the spot, the guest lecturer at the event, Dr. Constance Morrow, who spoke on science and climate change, recommended reforestation, urban planning and climate engineering intervention as a possible means of solving the problem, climate change.
In the Niger Delta, we have a situation where most of our water tables come to the surface, ground surface during the flooding season. And so the greenhouse gas emission, which has increased because of the fuel, because they are unregulated, the percentage that they derive from whatever crude that is stolen to sell to the public is incomparable to the massive volume that are discharged. We on our own, when we begin to refuse to buy the old fuel, that is our own part, then the brewers will do what? Will stop. But as far as we continue to patronize them, they are increasing the greenhouse effect.
Earlier, the Dean of Faculty of Sciences, Professor Ephraim Chukwucha, and Professor Love Akonye, in an interview with our correspondent, listed some of the challenges which have hindered efficiency in terms of research in the faculty and institution at large.
Faculty of Science is known as a research-based faculty. We are carrying out researches here and there, and therefore we go for conferences. So if we have a good boss that can convey our staff to the various conference grounds, it will enable many more of our staff to be involved, and that will enable them present papers.
Well, we decided to plan it knowing that we have a gamut of alumni out there that can help us to resuscitate our faculty, because we need some equipment, we need an endowment fund that can be used to drive many activities and research in the faculty.
The University of Port Harcourt branch of the Academic Staff Union of Universities has finally joined the ongoing nationwide one-day strike by Nigerian lecturers. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent, Sandra Kenneth, the Uniport chapter chairman of ASU, Austin Sadu, said an official letter has been forwarded to the school management informing them of their action. Sado explained that the delay by the Uniport branch of ASU in joining the strike was due to logistics.
The delay from Monday till today was simply logistics, and we have met today at Congress, and the resolve of Congress was restated. The administration, as we speak, has been written to formally inform the administration of the university that our members in the University of Port Harcourt, and that is academic staff members in the University of Port Harcourt, are withdrawing all academic services, including examination, supervision of projects, statutory meetings, and every other thing that has to do with the work of academics in the university. That communication has been made to the university. The monitoring committees have been activated to ensure, as was resolved at Congress, there was no dissent about that.
Similarly, the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education branch of ASU has also joined in the 2 weeks industrial action. The chairman, ASU in the university, and Gerance Joseph, who spoke to our correspondent shortly after their Congress, said a task force has been set up to ensure strict compliance.
The university is now on strike. It is a national directive from Executive Council of ASU. The union is on strike, and all branches are advised to join the strike. For Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, we are rising from our meeting, and we are proceeded for the 2-week warning strike embarked upon by. We came from NEC meeting on Monday, and we were directed to convey Congress meetings on Wednesday across the country, and that was the reason for the branch announcing their. We have installed a monitoring team that is going around in faculty by faculty, and our members are resolute. I'm not sure anybody will flout it. They are resolute. They will respect the union's order and the directives. So I'm not worried.
A magistrate court sitting in Port Harcourt has refused an out-of-court settlement applications by parties involved in the stealing of a baby boy in Port Harcourt. Grace Azikwe, Confidence Ianacho, Love Adumo, Ebere Uguna, Teresa Ganriel, Kate Mubana, Patricia Oluje, and Regina Akuru were alleged to have conspired to steal a child from a church in Rumuprikam community in Obiakpo local government area of River State. The parties had agreed on the last adjourned date through their applications to settle out of court. But when the matter came up today, the River State Ministry of Justice indicated interest to take over the prosecution of the matter and subsequently opposed the applications. Senior Magistrate Rita Ogugo, after listening to the argument by counsels to the parties, including the Prosecution Counsel from River State Police Command and representative of the state government, directed that the case file be remitted to Precious Odu, who is counsel to state government. Our correspondent Uchendu Ejewo reports that Senior Magistrate Rita Ogugo thereafter adjourned the matter to the 23rd of March 2020 for hearing. The River State Police Command has paraded suspected criminals allegedly terrorizing parts of the state with arms and ammunition. The Commissioner of Police, Mustafa Dandwara, who paraded the suspects at the command headquarters, Moscow Road, Port Harcourt, revealed that the arrest was made with the help of operatives of the Operation Sting in collaboration with sister agencies. CP Dandwara said the team stormed Kana and Gokana local government areas and destroyed 20 camps belonging to the hoodlums, recovering some arms and ammunition. He also said the operative of tactical units also stormed the forest in Obibi in Eche local government area, rescuing kidnapped victims and arrested the hoodlums responsible.
You can see the evidences before you. These are the achievements we have recorded in the past few months under review in various parts of the state in the fight against crime and criminality in River State. Summary of what we have recorded so far goes like this. Operation Sting, in a combined operation with other sister security agencies, which lasted for 2 weeks in the two local governments, Kana and Gokana, where our operatives stormed the camps belonging to these hoodlums and destroyed over 20 camps in Ogoni Forest and recover the following arms and ammunition: 4 AK-47 rifles, 4 pump-action guns, 1 Beretta pistol, 1 locally made pistol, 7 magazines, 60 rounds of 7.62 ammunition.
The Commissioner of Police assured members of the public that the police are ready to address the issues surrounding the death of late auto mechanic Chima Ekunado and the Ikoku-4. Our correspondent Uchendu Ejewo reports that some of the 6 suspected cultists who were paraded with various arms and ammunition explained how they are connected to the crimes.
Commit crime just that some group of boys committed crime on my way from the market, so they now threw a bag of risk. I did not know that they were having problem with government, so unfortunately the government now come and arrest me that I'm one of them. I'm not among, so he now carried the bag with me and they opened the bag. What is inside the bag is gone. So that is what happened.
Because of the hardship and two, I'm a final year student and a Federal Polytechnic naked GND2 student.
A federal high court in Abuja has adjourned the trial of the convener of #Revolution Now movement, Omoyole Shaware, and his co-defendant, Olawale Bakare, until April 1 and 2, 2020. Justice Ijema Ojukwu adjourned the trial following the objection raised by the counsel to the defendants, Femi Falana. Falana challenged the testimony of the first witness presented by the prosecution for giving evidence outside his written statement. But the prosecutor, Kayode Alilu, insisted that he served a summary of the witness statement on the defendant's counsel and the witness. After listening to both counsels, the judge ruled that the witness cannot be allowed to depose to a 4-paragraph statement and give a 10-page of evidence. She subsequently adjourned the trial to enable the prosecutor to reproduce the witness statement. Justice Ojukwu also adjourned ruling on an application by the prosecution seeking to have witnesses shielded in the trial of the defendants. Shaware and Bakari are facing trial over treason and money laundering charges filed by the federal government. 80% of the crimes on the Gulf of Guinea happen on the Bonny Waterway. That is according to the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, who was speaking during an emergency forum organized by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The minister, however, disclosed that the federal government has trained security personnel who will provide 24-hour security on the Bonny Waterways to tame the criminals.
What we are doing now is to train Nigerian security. This time we didn't leave it only to the Navy, so we brought in the Army, the Police, the Air Force, the SSS, the Navy. Their responsibility is to stay in the water 24 hours. Because 80% of insecurity in the Gulf of Guinea happens nowhere else other than Bonny. They took 19 persons that they one died, all foreigners, and we are spending a huge amount of money. So if you look, when I was governor, the American government visited me and said Nigerian illegal bunkers are the 7th largest producers of oil in Africa. And I quote, American government visited me as well, and that they make $7 billion a year. Imagine if that money comes into our coffer. Then there'll be more money to award more contracts to do more infrastructure.
The minister also noted that the issue of railway construction in Nigeria has been politicized. The outbreak of coronavirus has continued to take its toll on the economy of many countries, including Nigeria. The group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mele Kyari, has also advised Nigerians to brace up for the trouble ahead following the impact of the virus in Nigeria. The warning follows a discovery that about 50 Nigerian crude oil cargoes have been left stranded as traders have purchased them but do not have a destination for them. The JMD also noted that the cost of crude oil production in Nigeria, which is about $30, poses a great challenge to the nation as the price of crude oil in the international markets has gone down to $30 as of today.
Today, for Nigerian crude, today we have about 50 cargoes that have not found landing, not found home. It means that, the traders have purchased it, they don't know where to take it to. Today, the best of our processing, our production system make at $17 to the barrel, $15 to $17 to the barrel. So when you have crude oil in many jurisdictions, not just our country, I don't think it's only here, there are many countries which cost of production is at least $30, and we're one of it. So when crude oil goes to $22 and $22 and you are producing at $30, you are out of business. And beyond that also, you have competition. There are people who are producing at lower cost than you are. So people will go for that. And therefore, that depresses the potential of coming out of the impact of this coronavirus for a long while to come, at least 3 months. So prepare for trouble for 3 months. Even if the price goes back to 50, you have a backlog of production that is hanging that has to be resolved.
The NNPC GMD was speaking during an emergency forum organized by the Central Bank of Nigeria. On our part, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, who was also at the event, said the novel coronavirus, which had led to a huge drop in crude oil prices, would put a severe strain on the federal government's budget. She said the time has come for the country to begin to live without oil. A bill seeking a ban on the importation of generators in Nigeria has passed the first reading in the Senate. The bill, titled Generating Set Prohibition Ban Bill 2020, is sponsored by member from Niger State, Senator Muhammad Bima. Another bill to alter the constitution to provide financial and administrative autonomy for local government councils has passed second reading in the Senate. The bill, which is sponsored by Senator Ahmad Keita, is one of 9 other bills for the amendment of the 1999 Constitution presently before the National Assembly members. In the meantime, the bill seeking the immunity for federal lawmakers for words spoken at plenary and a bill to prevent the Federal High Court from entertaining pre-election disputes have scaled the second reading at the Senate. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
You're still listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Thank you for staying tuned. Now to the rest of the news. The Kano state government has denied banishing the former Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II. The Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Ibrahim Mukhtar said Sanusi was only removed by the state government as Emir. Speaking on the television program monitored from Port Harcourt, the Commissioner said the government is surprised at the narrative of banishment which has trailed the removal of Sanusi, adding that the government never used the word banished when Sanusi's removal was announced. Mukhtar, however, acknowledged that Sanusi was taken out of the state after his sack.
You see, if you listen to the Secretary of the State Government when he was addressing the press on the issue of removal of the Emir from office, there was nowhere where he said the Emir was even banished from Kano State. So the decision of the Kano State Government was the Emir was removed as at Monday. Was removed from office and a new emir was appointed. The issue of banishment was not part of the decision of Kano State Government. Yeah, that is what we have been listening, hearing from media, that he has been banished. But what I know is he was taken away from Kano State, out of Kano State. That one I know. But the issue of banishment, actually, it was not part of the decision.
On the foreign scene now, the coronavirus outbreak has been labeled a pandemic by the World Health Organization. WHO Chief Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus said the number of cases outside China had increased 13 times over the past 2 weeks. However, Dr. Tedros said that calling the outbreak a pandemic did not mean WHO was changing its advice about what countries should do. A pandemic is a disease that is spreading in multiple countries around the world at the same time. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has warned that up to 70% of the country's population, about 58 million people, could contract the coronavirus. Merkel made a stark prediction at a news conference alongside Health Minister Jens Spahn. She said since there was no known cure, the focus would fall on slowing the spread of the virus. Our remarks came as Italy entered its second day of a national lockdown. Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte announced the closure of schools, gyms, museums, nightclubs, and other venues across the country, which today 10,000 confirmed infections. On entertainment, the River State Governor Yesomike has approved that the 7th edition of the All African Music Awards, popularly called Afrima, should be hosted in Port Harcourt. The governor said the Afrima, which he described as one of the most glamorous and biggest musical awards in Africa, will aid his effort in promoting River State as a peaceful and hospitable state in the world. Secretary to the state government, Hamida Nagogo, who received the management board of Afrima on behalf of the governor, said Afrima, in collaboration with the African Union Commission, will boost the state's economy, strengthen and promote the cultural identity and integration of Africans to the world. In a statement released by the media team of the SSG, Governor Wike said the Afrima event will also help young creative artists to learn from experienced artists in the creative industry. On his part, the president and executive producer of Afrima, Mike Dada, said Afrima was established to reward and celebrate musical works, talents, and creativity around the African continent, and then that the Old City stands to benefit Afrima Music Business Summit tour of Old City, amongst other events. To end the news now, here's a summary of the major stories. The Rivers State Police Command has paraded suspected criminals allegedly terrorizing parts of Rivers State. IPREP has dismissed allegations of misappropriation of funds meant for organic cleanup exercise. A federal high court has adjourned Showore and Bakari's matter to April 1 and 2. And on the foreign scene, we told you that WHO has declared coronavirus outbreak as a pandemic. That was the news as edited by Ufunaya Obemendekwe. For comments and inquiries, please do call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Kala Da Koribatibo. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to Today 95.1 FM.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sport.